So the KAR98 has had a bit of a buff in the last patch. So what's happened to it? So it's got increased ADS speed, a small decrease to hipfire spread, and it has increased damage range. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best build for the KAR98, exploiting all of these new buffs, and I'm going to show you a sick winning gameplay at the end of the video using this KAR98 build. And there's some sweet shots in there, so make sure you watch it. And as always, if you like the video, then make sure you give a like. It really does help me out. And subscribe to stay up to date with all of my amazing Warzone content. So here we go. So the KAR98, is it a good sniper rifle? It is. I love it. A lot of people love it as well. But can it really replace the HDR even after this buff? The most important thing I'm looking at is the increased damage range. And I've been using the KAR98 a lot in Warzone. I've been using that as my main sniper for quite a while now. So these were all kind of like welcome changes. But I was like, how good is this new damage range buff? So first thing I did was jump into Ground War and try out a few matches to really feel the power with 100 HP. And as you can see probably from the footage that I'm putting on screen, it gets so many hit markers. It's so annoying. It doesn't have this kind of like lower body one-shot kill that the HDR has. If it did, I think this would probably be one of the best snipers in the game. But because of this, it is simply like a third, fourth tier sniper. You're always going to be losing out to the HDR and the AX50. So I've been testing out this new KAR98 with all of its buffs in Ground War. And one thing I must say is that even with this increased damage range, shots to the body still hit marker like a bitch. And it's really annoying because I think the HDR, well, I know the HDR got a buff recently where it is like insta-kill damage at shots to the chest and below, I believe. So it'd be awesome if the KAR98 had this, because as you can see from the footage on screen, you get so many hit markers. And don't forget, this is at 100 HP. You can imagine what this is doing to your damage in Warzone. So the KAR98, as I said before, I've been using it a long time, and it is basically like, if you're not getting headshots, you're really not getting kills, unless you're kind of following up on damage that somebody else has dealt. Now the next important thing that I want to talk about is the bullet velocity. So the most important things for a sniper are its damage and its bullet velocity. And unfortunately the KAR98 has one of the weakest bullet velocities in the whole sniper rifle crew. Technically it's not a sniper rifle, that's why it's been put in the DMR section. So that's probably why it doesn't have this. But again, the HDR is just like a laser bullet. It's pretty much instant, where the KAR98 is a lot slower. At longer distances, you are going to notice it, and it takes a while to kind of get used to this. Around 100 meters, you're good. Anything kind of stretching over that, and you have to lead your targets quite a bit. And I'm saying all this because it kind of gives context to the build that I'm about to show you guys in a second. But before I get into that, I did actually time out this increase to ADS speed, and I don't know what it was before because I didn't time it, unfortunately, but now it is 950 milliseconds, which is pretty damn quick. Now kids, let's move on to the build. So for the first attachment, no surprise, it's the mono suppressor, and that gives us our additional damage range and also lovely sound suppression. Now moving on to the barrel, we want the biggest one that we can get. That's what she said, whoa, and for us it's the 27.6 inch, which is pretty massive, and it gives us damage range, bullet velocity, which is key, and additional recoil control. Moving on to the next attachment is the tac laser. It gives us so much for so little. And did you know that people can't see the laser over 50 meters? And as we intend to use this as a sniper, obviously because it's the KAR98, that isn't a problem. Now for the stock, I go for the precision comb because it really nails down the stability, so you can get your shots on target a lot easier. Now, for the last attachment, and the most important attachment, arguably, I'm going for the Cronen Pro Optic. And you might be thinking I'm crazy because I'm not putting a sniper scope on this, but it's kind of what I said earlier. This gun is better at not stupid long ranges. It's good kind of like around 100 meters. And when I was using the variable scope, which you can use if you guys, that's what I suggest you use if you want a sniper scope, I found that most of my engagements were pretty much done using the 3.5 kind of variant, you know, that you can flick between. So another benefit of using this Cronen optic is that you don't get the optical glare, which has got me so many kills because people don't know that I'm sniping at them. So here's the finished build, everyone, in its entirety. I highly recommend that you give this a try, and let me know down in the comments if you change any of the attachments, and let me know how you get on with them. And as promised, here's a winning gameplay of me using this KAR98 build. As an overall class, I'm going to show you guys what that was. I'm running MP7 with the KAR98, and as for the MP7 build, here it is. I'm running the mono suppressor with the recon barrel, 5mm laser, commando foregrip, and the rubberized grip tape. Now, after this gameplay, I actually thought of changing the 5mm laser. It is very good at hip fire spread, but I keep dying because people see my laser when I'm pushing. So there's that. So depending on your playstyle, maybe try the tac laser. So here's the gameplay. There's no commentary for me because Charlie, the subscriber that I'm playing with, had some mic issues, so I didn't talk. But hopefully that doesn't distract you guys. Enjoy it. I'll speak to you in the next one. Much love. Peace. Hello. Can you hear me?
Let's get it done. Movement. Repositioning. Friendly UAV overhead. Hostile. Objective is to eliminate the bounty target. Movement. Bounty target is down. Requesting recon. I'm hit. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply. Enemy soldier incoming.
Wait, what?
Hostile.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Move to position.
Yo, come.
You're all right, mate. You're all right. Movement. Mark the target.
Fuck you.
Go. Bring home the win.
Let's go! Own that, man. We own that. Let's go!